That's okay. We'll write them down here in a minute. Okay. So I'm really glad to see you. I know it's a really hectic time for most people. It's been a little bit crazy, and a lot of ours are educators and they're a little bit tied up with things. So I figured it would be a small crowd, but it's a good crowd, and I'm glad that y'all are here. So the first thing we always like to do is I just like to ask if anyone has any specific prayer requests they want to share or ask for anything or thank God for or whatever. Anybody have anything? We'll start with that. I'm just going to start with the fact that Colby was really sick this last week, and we had to take her to the doctor the day before school. And that was stressful because you hate to be sick at the beginning of the school year. And of course, she had the symptoms of COVID. And so they had a COVID test on her, which was so sad because, you know, that's not very fun, especially when you're little. But she did awesome, and it was negative. So I'd like to praise God for that. Yeah. We were very thankful. And then she's had quite the week. Yesterday morning, I woke up to blood curdling screaming. She had left a chocolate muffin on the table, and the puppy got it. And then she went over to try to pick up the plate, and the puppy bit her face. Exactly. Like Colby got bit here and here, and it's pretty bad. And then this morning, I'm telling you, that was a rough day because she bled and bled and bled, and it's very bad. But anyway, she didn't have to get stitches, thankfully. But today we were getting out of the car, and I have a very tall car, and Ben was helping her open the door to go into worship service, and she was leaning, and she fell totally on the ground from very high up on all fours, made her knee bleed, made her wrist hurt. I'm like, oh man, we need to pray a hedge of protection around Colby, apparently.
Yes.
She had a rough couple of days, and she's just like, why is this happening? I was like, we need to slow down. So anyway, but I am thankful she's okay because she's had 3 pretty rough things in a row, but she still managed to have a good time at school. So anybody have anything else? If not, we'll move on. But okay. I'm so glad you're here. One of the first things we always try to do is check the calendar just so we know what's happening. So when you log into your workstation, I'm going to share the screen here. Let's see. Share screen. Okay. Maybe how to do that. Okay. Here is can y'all see that? You should be able to see that now. This is the calendar button on your workstation. It's a really good habit on the first day of the week to kind of go and say, what's going on in Scentsy world? If anybody's already checked, you can let me know what you know is happening. Anybody know what's happening this week? There's a cheat sheet.
Glamorous launch.
Yay, Glamorous. That's so cute. Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
Good to see you. Okay. So glad you're here. So Captain America is coming out of the vault tomorrow. If you have any Captain America fans, I have the Captain America warmer, I think. So I should definitely be going live and showing that. And then the Glamorous You collection, and that's the wax, which looks so fun. And I always think it's a little interesting when we have these launches and we don't have them to physically share. So a lot of times we find cute flyers that someone's made and we put those up, and that's great. I'm not discouraging you from doing it, but I still think it's most effective to go live. And even if you don't have them, read the scent descriptions, talk about who likes glam, like, you know, just people notice that more. So with all of these limited time offers, even if you don't have it in hand, I think it's a good practice to go live, at least talk about it in your VIP group, if nothing else. And then there are 2 buddies launching, aren't there? 2 of the buddies.
2 of the glam buddies.
I think it's the Poodle and the Sloth. Yeah, they're very, very cute. So again, try to, you know, all these limited time things that come out, do your best to advertise them. They're not going to appeal to everyone, but they're going to appeal to someone if you share it. And then I always like to order them because I enjoy all the stuff. I might find a new bar I have to have and put it in my club. So if you can get some orders together, that'll help your week out. And then I noticed too, there's all kinds of stuff on here about what trainings you can get on during the week. So that's the main thing for the week. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing that screen. I want to start with some woohoo, good job, some hollers. We have some people we're at the halfway point in the month, and we've got some people who are already at 500. I like to shout out 500 at the 15th day because we know that when you get to 500, you get paid on your downline. And so that's always a minimum goal if you have a team. So right now we have Sandra Casey. That's my sweet mama. Yay! She got
Yay.
500. Tyler, woohoo! She's killing it.
Yes.
Amy and Melanie and Juanita and Talissa and me. So that's awesome. And I was looking at our team. We have a pretty decent team number right now, but there's a lot of people who are at 0 and a lot of people who aren't active yet. So just trying to, I think it's interesting. We can look at months and go, oh, it's not very fast. It's a slow month. Or, you know, the J months always get the bad rap, January, June, and July, for not being really good months. But it really is a mindset. It's like, you know, I'm going to make these months good. So what am I going to do? They don't have to be slow. Sometimes it's just what's going on. So how can I figure it out? Well, right now for me, I'm like, it's August. People are going back to school. We're paying $10 million for all 3 kids' activities and everything that's due. We're busy. We're getting back into a routine. So all the people who've been sitting around in their houses for the last year and a half, wanting them to smell good, not spending their money on all the normal things of life because those things weren't happening. They weren't going to movies. They weren't going to entertainment. They weren't doing kids activities. Now that has changed. So when we think about what's going on, we've got to figure out ways to help them still, you know what they need with Scentsy. So it's a new catalog, and that's always exciting. That's a good touch point for everyone. I'm so excited to give you the new catalog. One thing I was watching is a lot of people are ready for fall, but it is August, and we know here it is not even close to fall. The weather's not close to fall. You know, I'm about to pull my pumpkins out, but that's not everybody. So I know a few people have already said, I'm ready for fall. I've got all my pumpkins out. But for everyone else, when you look at this catalog and you're like, oh, I've got a fall catalog, I'm so excited. They're like, it's August. So one thing to point out are the things that are good for August. We have Blue Grotto, and we have Squeeze the Day. So maybe make a little August end of summer bundle and advertise that and just say, hey, here are the great scents for August. You know, we're not ready for summer to go. Do your citrusy ones. Sunkissed Citrus, Squeeze the Day, Coconut Lemongrass, Blue Grotto, things like that. Perfectly Pomegranate. You can go live and talk about how, yes, it's so exciting. I can't wait for the fall smells. It's my favorite season, but it's still summer. So we know we need some fresh and fruity. We need some tropical scents, and I've got a perfect 6-pack for you. What are other things that might be a better marketing ploy for August right now, knowing that people are going back to school? What kind of needs could we fill for people?
Fundraising?
Say it again.
Maybe fundraising.
Oh, that's a huge one. What a time to hit people with fundraisers. I think that's huge. Offering fundraisers for all of these activities that are starting up, and people need money. Sometimes people need a personal fundraiser. You can do that too. It can be a personal fundraiser. And then maybe you can turn that into them joining with that fundraiser, and then they get all the income and the residual, and they're like, oh, I see this path that I never saw before for raising funds. That's a good one. I know for me, I'm doing tons of laundry. So promoting the laundry over and over and over. Hey, you're starting to do more laundry. Kids are in school. Uniforms are coming home. You got stinky clothes from sports practices and dance and cheer. Like laundry would be a good thing to focus on. There are some people still traveling. So things for like, you know, promoting those last little minute trips with the wall fan diffusers or the mini fan diffusers, the on the go, the Scentsy Go, things like that. Like you don't want to go to your last hotel or your Airbnb and it be stinky in there. Like promote things that are of the moment. You know, I am all about fall, but fall will come next month. Like they can get excited about some stuff. Hello, what about the air purifier? Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's new, it's exciting, it's relevant, it's important. People are buying them anyway. So if every single day you did something about the air purifier, you go into a new room and show it cleaning the air. Maybe you didn't get one yet, but start trying to, you know, ramp up to where you can get yourself one. Mine came yesterday, but we were so busy I didn't get to pull them out. No. And so I'm going to go live with mine. I'm excited to see what it shows, especially we feel like up near Colby's bathroom, we have some kind of a weird moisture issue. We might be scared to see what the air quality is up there, but I'm going to definitely share it with people. And just to remind, like, I know it's a high price point, but all of the research says that it is really in the right price frame. So you're going to be okay with that. Not everyone's going to buy one, but some people are going to buy 5. because they just are going to want one for every single bedroom. Some people are going to want 2 for their downstairs living area. And you can offer those as parties. One air purifier qualifies them for a $200 party. So if they order one air purifier, first of all, you're going to say, you should join because you're going to get commission back, right? But they're going to get $25 in free, which they could get an air filter for $10, a replacement, and they're going to get a half price item. They could get a second air purifier, or they could get pods. They could get a 6-pack of pods for half price. What a cool bundle for them. So be thinking about that. Then you can say, hey, do you want 2 for your house? That's a $500 party. You could even, with that, you could get a third air purifier for half price, because it takes 3 half price items to get the air purifier for half price. So the right crowd, the right people, putting it out there over and over. You know, for me, I think about myself. I am a pretty good consumer. I like to buy stuff. I'm a good shopper. And I find myself being influenced more and more by my Instagram feed. I hate it, but it's true. I'm like, oh, I need to order that. That looks cool. I need to order that. And that's how we need to be. We need to show it over and over and over until it can't get out of someone's mind. They're like, I really want that air purifier. I've been wanting one. And this is a Scentsy one. It's got a warranty. It also makes everything smell good. And none of these other ones do that. So just keep putting those things forward. So those are some of the ones that right now I feel are very relevant for August. Other thoughts? Anybody have anything else?
I think the appealing apple scent, it was a scent of the month a couple of months ago. But I mean, I love it. But it kind of ties into, it's still summer, ties into back to school, like kind of the apple-y vibe. And I really, really like it. So I've been trying to push that some just before it goes away. And that puts you into club too, you know.
That's such a good point. Yes. What about creating back to school teacher welcome gifts? You know, and what would you put in that? I mean, yes, you could there's a million things you could put. You could do a mini fan diffuser and some pods. You could do a bar of appealing apple, because I think that's great. You could do the room spray of appealing apple. You could put Scentsy Fresh, because their carpet in their room smells stinky. A bottle of Scentsy Fresh. Like, make a little trio of something and say, I'm doing, you know, teacher appreciation gifts here at the beginning of the year, something to get their classroom ready and ready to go. But I think that's a great point. That's good. Okay. All right. So I'm sure there's a million other things, but I think we just keep saying, like, I have a new catalog, or, oh, it's time for fall. I think we need to think about August and what makes August specifically, like, what will work better for us. And even 6-packs of bars, I mean, that's great. There's no problem with selling bars, but when you're talking about, like, I know those kids coming in from recess stink, you need a room spray in your room, things like that. Or yeah, I know your carpet is probably a little funky, like, you need some Scentsy Fresh to spray in your room, things like that. And even hand soaps, they're great. Like, get them a hand soap. Everybody's washing their hands 10 million times, right? So think about your clientele. I was going to say this, and this goes in with the parties that we're going to talk about too, but I have a friend who used to sell 31, which are the bags, you know, all the bags and stuff. And my mom and I both bought a ton of bags. And I remember thinking, what am I going to do with any more bags? Like, I don't need any more bags. I have so many bags. And the thing about her, she was so good at showing what that bag was good for. She had so many ideas for that bag that it made me go, oh yeah, I need that bag. I didn't need the bag. I had 20,000 bags, but I knew that she was like saying, oh, this is good for your kids' laundry. This is good for your kids' shoes. This is good for this. I put my stuff in this. I put this in my pantry. I'm like, oh, I need that for my pantry. She was good at supplying ideas. So I always think, like, that's what we need to be doing. Sure, we can say, oh, I love this scent. It smells so good. This warmer is so pretty. But when you go, hey, whose car stinks? Well, here's my favorite 3 products for the car. My mini fan diffuser. I'm going to have a mini fan diffuser, and then I'm going to talk about how it sits there and it gives you the smell all the time. I'm going to talk about Scentsy Fresh, because if you've got carpet in your car, if your kids' car seats and booster seats are in there, you know they're starting to smell because stuff's been left in there. And I'm going to talk about what? I don't know. What's your other favorite thing? A scent circle, because I normally put a matching scent circle with whatever's in my pod. Things like that. That's going to make people go, oh yeah, my car stinks too, instead of just talking about a favorite whatever. So I always think about her because she was so good at that, showing me why I needed it. And I was like, yeah, I do need that, even if I didn't need it. All right. So the main thing we were going to talk about today is parties. And I had issued a booking blitz challenge. I think I'll extend it till 10 p.m. tonight because I think there are people still working on it, and some of you might be encouraged to give it a little go. But basically, from now, let's just say 10 p.m. tonight, as many parties as you can get booked. Parties can be all kinds of parties. Y'all tell me some of the types of parties you've either booked or you've done before or you've heard of or you want to do. Types of parties.
I really want to do the text battle that you posted. That looked like fun. So I'm trying to think of some people to approach as I'm working on my list for the Alaskan homework for tonight anyway. And I do just have a couple parties that I already have set up on my my website. I have one for the Glamorous Life, or I called it the Glamorous Life, the Glamorous You products that are launching. And then I have another one that's fall related. So you inspired me to focus on summer products too. So I think I'm going to set up one for that. And then I'm reaching out to people as I create my list. So
Good.
That's where I am right now. Yeah.
So how are you reaching out, Tyler? What are you normally doing? A text?
Typically text. I do have one person that wants to do a sniff and sip get together. So we're working on that. I got testers in on Friday, so I'm gonna push that more too. I think that would be fun. And then usually I do a lot of like drop off. Like I'll just rotate out my testers with people.
Yeah.
And then the personal shopping links, I've been promoting that too. And that way people, I mean, it seems like some people just think that's less pressure, that they can just text out a link or send it through Facebook Messenger and it's not just out there and they feel pressured.
I agree. I think it is a less pressure kind of thing. And so people will say yes more often. And if anyone's not sure what that is, it's basically, I would say, Tyler, I know you're buying some new stuff. I would like to set up your own personal shopping link for you. You can share it with friends. You can buy from it multiple times over the next month or two. And then if it gets to $200, you'll have some free and half price stuff. How's that sound? They normally say, sure. I mean, that's no pressure. It's very low pressure. I will say the one thing about personal shopping links, if you're thinking of that person as a potential team member, which we should all be doing every time, the only bad thing about that is if they do have personal website orders that go on there, you can't flip that to them for their party. So you could always still tell them, hey, I've got a personal shopping link put on, open up for you. Share out that you have that, collect orders, send them to me, and I'll enter them for you. And then that way, if they're entered at the time you close it, but if you're really just keeping it open for a couple of months, there's no real way to get around that. You're going to close party orders as they go. And then you are they won't be something you can flip. They could still join all that, but that's just the only downside. If you have someone that's really potentially thinking about it, or you really think they should, or they're spending so much that it makes sense for them to join, that's the only downside of a personal shopping link. Other than that, last fall, I had like 6 to 8 open. It was awesome because individual people who are ordering on my website too sometimes click one of their party links. They get extra orders like that. It's really great. And it is no pressure. And I think people will say yes to those more often. So that's good. Personal shopping links. Okay. Any other type of parties y'all think of? There's lots.
The online party.
Yeah. And online can just be a literal link that's set up, Facebook Live party, a week-long Facebook event. It can be a Zoom like this, which is what we're going to play here in a few minutes. We're going to practice a online bingo. So you kind of see how easy that can be. But yeah, online. On the go, which is again what Tyler was talking about with her testers, and there's a million ways to do it. Last week I dropped off a basket with a pack of just the new scents and some new catalogs and a couple products. It was like a borrow bag, but it was a basket. I dropped it off at the kids' dentist and just said, hey, I brought some stuff for y'all to try. No pressure, but if anybody wants to order, feel free. I'm going to come pick it up in a few days. I really didn't even ask. I just told them I was going to do it because honestly, I mean, people have fun smelling. It's not pressure. I didn't say, you better get orders. I expect a whole bunch from you. Of course, I didn't say that. And then, of course, there are flower parties, which Wendy Newhouse always, she's done the videos on those and they're amazing. She's even shared all the stuff. So we can get that if you want to do it. But if you know somebody who has a dentist office, doctor's office, any kind of spa, hair salon, nail salon, if you frequent a place, ask them, say, hey, I have this great little product. It would be so cute here at your front desk. It would be great in the bathrooms. I'd love to leave you this flower, put the scent testers with it, and people can scan my Venmo order. We'll just collect those and then you'll get some free flowers yourself. Would you mind doing that for me? Most people would just do that and be happy to do it. You could do that with an air purifier if it was someone you were really close with. Like, would you test it out for a couple of days? You could do it with a diffuser. Like get to where you just have some things that are testers that people can experience, because I mean, this is fun, getting the thing and smelling, and people still have fun going, oh, smell this, because that's what Scentsy's always been about. It's always been about like, oh my goodness, you gotta smell this, right? And so getting it in their hands is always important. But we have so many cool products now, and they don't know what the mini fan diffuser's like. They don't go, oh, that's cool, there's no wax. I didn't even know you had that, unless they have one to borrow. So get some things in their hands. I think it's really important. Now, this is my, I call it my on the go, my party on the go bag. I got this, it's like a crap caddy at Hobby Lobby. And I have 3 of them that I'm always having out with someone. And I normally put in some kind of a host packet. I've got several different types. This is that one I shared. That somebody had made for the fall. And I cut this one, like I printed the first one out in whole sheets, so they're big. But this one I did like 2 to a page. And then you can either laminate them, you could put a little ring in it, you could put a staple, you could tie it up with some string, and then make sure that's in there with some product sheets, some catalogs, and some samples and things for them to try. But I like this version because I separate them by category, so it's not as overwhelming. So when someone goes, oh, I don't like bakery, they can just skip the bakery one, right? You can also just say, you know what, I'm going to take a fresh and a fruity and a spice, and I'm going to give this to one person in a cute little bag with a couple things to try. And then I'm going to send somebody with bakery and holiday and another one. You could also just order the transition scents, just the new ones, and you could make just a little pouch party. A lot of people use pencil pouches, which right now they're everywhere because school's starting. And you just put 12 to 15 testers in a pouch, and then you can mail those pretty easy. Put them in a padded envelope, mail them to somebody. They don't even have to be local. And the main thing is just, I always say my only rule is don't let them melt in your car. Other than that, have fun. And, you'll want to put some things in. I always try to have an opportunity packet and say, hey, there's a little goodie bag in there for anybody who's interested in the business opportunity. So I tell my host, if that's you, great, that's for you. If not, find somebody to give it to for me, because I'm always looking for new people who need this opportunity. But those are the kinds of things I do with my on-the-go parties. You can do a theme party and get together. Theme parties are fun, especially if you've got the party crowd. Like you've got someone who enjoys doing that. You can know who those people are when you're making your list of 100. Put a star, put like party person, because you always see them out with friends. You always see them doing some kind of theme party. They do, epic kinds of events and stuff. Those are people you could talk into doing some kind of fun theme, back to school tailgate party, and everybody brings tailgate food, and you have samples of weathered leather and little footballs or whatever. Like there's a million ideas you can do. And I know there's lists and lists out there. If you just Google theme parties, you can come up with all kinds of stuff. Everybody wear your favorite college shirt. Everybody wear a silly hat. Everybody wear orange or your favorite color. Then one of the colors is like a winner. I don't know. There's a million ideas. I'm sure a lot better than those, but theme parties are good. Anything else came to your mind?
Tyler had mentioned earlier, and I didn't catch it. You said something about a text. Was it text party?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
So basically, it's about making parties not seem like such a big deal all the time, because some people think like, oh no, she wants me to host a Scentsy party. He wants me to host a Scentsy party. I got to clean my house. I got to find a time that works. I'm super busy. I got to invite all these people. I hope they come. What if nobody buys? And then they get really stressed about doing it because they don't want to let you down. And they feel bad about it. So Doing the personal shopping link is a very easy way to do it. Doing this, what she's talking about is basically saying, hey, Michelle, do you think you could text 12 people and just ask if they need a 6-pack of bars that you're about to place an order and collect some for me? You never mentioned the party word. You never said like, let's do a big shindig. You just said, hey, can you text about 10 to 12 of your friends and see if they need some 6-packs? I'm about to place an order. And her text could literally say, hey, I'm about to place an order for some Scentsy and I would love to help you get a 6-pack of bars, or if you need a warmer or extra light bulbs, do you need anything? And you know, a lot of those people would be like, oh, I do actually need some stuff. And then all of a sudden she's collected orders and she has a party. The text battle is basically this cute little graphic I put on the team page. And it would be where I said, okay, Michelle and Sarita, you two are my text battle hostesses. We're going to see who can get the most. Give them like, 4 or 5 days to text. And then whoever gets the most orders wins. And you'd probably give them a free little prize or something. It's just a way to make it fun and to get 2 people battling it out to try to get more orders. So yeah, it's a very, again, low pressure kind of thing. That's what that was. Okay, of course, like during the whole shutdown, we couldn't party in person. Some people aren't ready to party in person now, and that's okay. Some people are, and you have to do what you're comfortable with. So still doing Zoom parties are great because you can engage with people. You can find some off times. Like it doesn't have to be a time where it could be later at night where they're comfortable at home and they're willing to hop on for 30 minutes and do something. So I'm about to do a Facebook I'm going to do a Zoom party. I will say you can do a Facebook Live and you can bring like one person on in a Facebook Live. But for me, like you could do that. Maybe if Sarita was my hostess, she might come on live and then we play off each other and we do the party. But then we're having to read the comments. We don't get that interaction back. It's not my favorite way to do it. Some people love it and that's great. For me, I love Zoom because it's the closest to being in person. I can see if they're laughing at my dumb jokes. I can see if they're interested in something. Somebody else can share instead of just being me. Because I think no matter what type of party you do, that's one of the best things you can do is have other people speak about the products, right? So we're going to try this little bingo version here. And I think that we're going to do it kind of real and kind of teaching. So basically all I need is y'all to pick 5 numbers. I know a few of you sent them already, but I'm just going to have you real quick, type them in the chat. Just type your numbers in the chat. That's the easiest way. Just pick 5 numbers between 1 and 25. And then we'll just have them right there in the chat. So click chat and then you can just type in your numbers. And I'll even do it too, just because. 5 numbers. Okay. Then we'll have everybody's numbers as record. Okay. So honestly, there are a lot of ways to do bingo and we've done it different ways. I've actually had quite a few bingo parties. I did it where I have the cards, the bingo cards. I had everybody just tell me 5 numbers like that, like between 1 and 75. So it was a lot. And I would just pull bingo numbers and then occasionally showcase a product, things like that. This is the one that I shared. It was a bingo card I shared on the Party Peeps webpage group. And it had all of these products with a number. So I've literally printed it out and cut it. And now these are my bingo cards. So that's all I did is I printed it out, cut it up. So now we're going to say, okay, here's all you guys need to do. You need a piece of paper and you need to write your numbers 3 times. So you need to write your numbers down in like 3 different rows for the 3 rounds of bingo we're going to play. Mine should say 25. I just realized I wrote 35. Sorry, it was a typo. So you'll just write your numbers 3 times because you're going to need a pen and a paper. That's really the only supplies that you need. Now,
So any order, they could just write them down any order they want, however they want
They're
3 rows.
literally just writing them down kind of like that so that they, I
Got it.
went numerical, so it'd be easier for me to find. But yes, you just need your 5 numbers written 3 times. And this would have been something I would have messaged them, like send me your number beforehand. So glad you're coming to join, Sarita's bingo party. I need 5 numbers between 1 and 25, and then come to the Zoom with a piece of paper with your 5 numbers written down 3 times. And that's all, in a pen or a pencil, something to write with. And that's all they need. Super simple. So that way you're not having to text out bingo cards. You're not having to do anything real elaborate. I like having them just put their numbers right there in the chat. It's less for you to keep up with as well. And everybody can see and keep everybody honest, right? Okay. So then I would say something like, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. We're going to have some fun. Let's get started. And I wouldn't waste much time. You might shoot the breeze for a second, but one of the things is being punctual with the time. Like if you said it was starting at 8 o'clock, start by like 8:02. Like don't wait 5 minutes. Just say we're going to start. So whoever's here, if you're late, you can start on round 2 with us. Okay. So what I'm going to literally do is say, okay, get ready to mark. And this is just your first row. You can cross it out, put a check, whatever. Number 11, and I'm going to hold it up so they can see. Number 11, we got a room spray. And I might say something like that. And then for me as a consultant, I'm going to lay it down in front of me where I can see it, because at the end, you're going to want to check the numbers, and we're going to use the winning numbers to talk a little bit about product. Okay. Now you can do this different ways. This is my suggestion this time. Y'all can come up with awesome things. 22. We got some cute little buddies on 22. And I would just do something like that. Kind of keep it fast because people want to win. They're really here to win. 23. Forgot to mark my numbers. Okay. And then you can put them down in order, which will help you later too, to find them. Number 6. Oh, we got something fancy on number 6. I wonder who knows what that is. And you could say something like that, like, who knows what that is? Somebody like, oh, the air purifier. Like, you're right. Okay. You just want to have some fun. All right. Number 18. Oh, it's our warmer of the month. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to talk about that. 18. And leave them wanting a little bit more, show it to them, right? Let's see. Number 8. A little scent pack on number 8. Number 20. Oh, I love that little warmer. That was our succulent, and it sold out so fast. It's so popular. It's back in our catalog. I mean, that's what I would do. I'm just saying my style. I would just say a little something, get the number, keep it going, keep it rolling, have them wanting more. Ooh, who's got number 1? Number 1. I wonder if anybody knows what that's about. Ooh, nobody knows. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Just things like that. Like, ooh. Number 15. Oh my goodness. Does anybody have that? And then hopefully you say, nobody has it? Oh, this is one of my favorite diffusers. It's so gorgeous. Look at that starburst, and just things like that. All right, so we would go through. So I'm just going to kind of keep going. Oh, number 17. Hey, it's our other diffuser. Look at that. That's our deluxe. That one's pretty cool too. Not as fancy as premium, but awesome and functional. That's what I would do. I would say little stuff like that. All right, anybody getting close? Anybody got 2 numbers checked off? Okay.
No.
Ooh, we got 3. Number 19, there's a Poochie. Hey, little puppy. Where are my dog people at? Who's
Here,
that?
I use that on my dog.
Oh, you got a puppy.
Perfect.
What's your puppy's name?
Bo.
Bo. How's Bo doing? Bo's the one that had the anxiety?
Yes, now that we're remote full time, he's loving it. He
Oh,
is
yeah.
so happy.
He's going to be sad if you have to ever leave.
I know.
So, and I would do that. I mean, you're there to party. You're there to talk. We didn't talk forever. It was interactive. Now someone else will be like, oh, I have a puppy. I want to talk about my puppy. So that's good. Okay. 24. Oh, that looks delicious. I'm going to put that all over me. Okay. 24. Let's see. Oh, number 2. This is one of my favorites. I wonder who knows what that is. Okay. That's one of my numbers too. Number 5. That's interesting. That's a warmer. Did you know? That's on and off. That's in the dark and in the light. Okay. Number 5. Number 21. I had to make some of my numbers better because it cut off my pictures a little bit. 21. I guess when I'm holding them up, they're backwards to y'all, aren't they? Oh, I wonder who's used these. 16. I like them, but my son really likes them because these block mama's air. Mama doesn't like when the air is blocked, but my son, he doesn't care. These are card vent clips. Anybody try them? Number 16. Okay.
Does those last longer than the Scentsy circles?
Yes. Yes. Definitely than the Scentsy circles. Yeah. Number 14. And you know, something else. And like I said, this is just how we're doing round 1. You could even change something for round 2. It's your show. It's your party. There's no right or wrong. You could say on round 2, everybody who asks me a question about the ones that I draw gets, you know, entered in a drawing or something like that. You could do something like that. 14. Oh my goodness. $300 in product. I wonder what that's about. Oh. Who would like $300 of product? Okay, I would be silly like that, and I would say stuff like that. You just be yourself, make it exciting, make it interesting, keep them a little curious. Number 12. 12, that looks fun. This is something I get in my mail every month. Anybody else get one of these?
Me?
If you know, you know. What do you love about it, Tyler? Do that.
Oh, my discontinued scents. Love it.
Love it. Okay. And people are like, what is she talking about? Leave them wanting a little bit more. Ooh, number 4. Number 4. That looks pretty. This is one of my favorite products too. I say that a lot, but it's true. It's a favorite. I have so many favorites. Ooh, I love this one too. Number 7.
Bingo.
Oh, bingo. And one thing I forgot, congratulations. I usually say, listen, in order for your bingo to count, it's got to be excited. You got to be like, bingo, you got to have a party. And that's just one of the fun things. Because then like if someone's like, bingo, like, nope, I didn't even hear anything. I don't know what we're talking about. So just to have fun with everyone. Because let's face it, this is fun and we're together and it's interactive, but it's not the same as being in person. So the more things you can do to make it fun, the better. So what I would say is, okay, we've got a bingo. Congratulations. Let's check your numbers. So I might double check, say, okay, Rostein, tell me your 5 numbers.
4,
Okay.
7,
Okay.
8, 11, and 15.
Yeah, and I would say something like, oh, hang on, I'm not that fast. Hang on, 8, 11.
And 15.
I'm trying to find 7. Did we call 7? Anybody else get 7? Let's see, I found 4 and I found 8.
7 was called. I
11.
had 7. Mhm.
Where did my 7 go? My 15. This is why I think it's imperative that you spread these out because I didn't get 7 checked off and I can't find the 7.
It was the last one you had.
Oh, it's the last one. That's why I put it in the wrong place. Okay, he got it on the last one. Okay, so what I suggest is I literally pulled his 5 cards from my pile that I'd done. And I'm gonna say, okay, well, let's see what the winning products were, you know? And I'd say, okay, who knew what this one was? Anybody know?
Whips.
Washer whiffs. Who said that?
Me.
Okay. Do you use washer whiffs, Michelle?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, what are they and what's your favorite thing about them?
Well, they're comparable, or actually they're better than the Downy Unstoppables. So you put them in your washer when you do your clothes and they make your, especially, I like them for my sheets and towels especially.
What's your favorite scent?
That's so hard. Actually, I have a Fiji flower that I wasn't real excited about. I love it. I did my sheets in that. It's amazing.
Well, that's good to hear. I thought I got that and I did it in one of my mystery boxes and I was like, my friend put it in her car and then we borrowed her car and I was like, oh, this gives me a headache. But I like it in the laundry. That's good. That's good.
It was great. I didn't necessarily like it in the wax, but I did like the washer whiffs.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Who knows what number 7 was? Who knows what that little thing is?
The mini fan.
Mini fan. And so what I would do is if you get crickets and nobody knows, I would say something like, oh, I'm so excited. Nobody knows this product. Okay, I can't wait to tell you. And honestly, I would have one handy and I'd grab it and I would show it to them in person because this is fine. But isn't this better? Isn't this better when I go, uh-oh, I'm breaking mine, sorry. dropped it and I can't find it. You want to have a few things handy, at least some of your favorite products that you really want to talk about. I'd be like, look at these, they're so fun. Okay, so what this is, and I would go into, they are great. They use our little pods. I'd have a pod. I'd show them what they are. They come in all these fun colors. They are so awesome. Remembering my friend who's good at saying what they're good for. So great every time you travel because it takes no space. They're perfect in the car because you plug it into your USB, you put your pod, and you get scent the whole time. They're great when you're sitting at your desk and you just need a little scent for yourself. Plug it into your computer, things like that. And then people are like, oh, you know how teenagers are so hard to buy for? Get them one of these for their car. Get them one of these for their dorm room. They will love them. They're only $15 and you get a set of pods for 10. That's a $25 gift. That is awesome. What a perfect teacher gift. Every teacher, $25 is perfect for the budget. So that's what I would do. I would show a little something with the winning ones. Okay. We had a winning number 8. Who knows what that one is?
Scent pack.
Scent pack. Who uses scent packs and what do you use it for?
I just bought a bunch to give to my little cousins as replacements for their buddies because they keep them with them all the time. And I also just posted about scent packs for lockers for back to school.
Well, that's a good idea.
Especially gym lockers. Peyton's, I know her, she's always complaining about her gym lockers. So I was like, here, take these to school. Pick out your scents, take them to school, and
Yeah,
so yeah.
the best smelling locker around. I like it. So one other thing is, you asked earlier about how long do the vent clips last or whatever. So when I think about cars, I personally love a scent circle with a matching pod in my minifan. That's what I'm using in my car. But when someone's looking at between a scent circle, car bar, the vent clips, I always say I like all of them for different reasons. I like the scent circles because they come in every scent. So you can get it. They're also cheap. So they don't last very long, especially in the heat. But you buy 5, you get 1 free. You get 6 for $15. So I like that about them, that they come in everything and they're not very expensive. But for me, the thing I actually would do in my car would be a scent pack if I wasn't doing my minifan and whatever, because scent packs last longer than any of it, in my opinion. And you can just sit it under your seat in your car. So that's what I would do. I would always recommend them for the car as well. Okay. We also had this one winning number 11. We've got a room spray. Who uses room sprays? Every bathroom. And you let people talk for just a quick minute and you say, what's your favorite scent? Or which one do you have in your bathroom right now? Does anyone use it not in their bathroom? They have another place they use it. And that's where you can share a tip like, hey, spray it right in the commode before you go. And it's like the poopery, things like that. Because some people don't like our room sprays and that's okay. If someone doesn't like them, I don't push them. Some people are obsessed with our room sprays, like my mom. She smelled before I said it. And so for me, I think a couple things. I remember when I first used them thinking they're pretty sticky and they get kind of on the surface or the floor and they make a little bit of a film. But I've learned that when I shake it really good and I point it towards the back over the commode and I spray it up high and I let it kind of dissipate, I don't have that problem. And I love them and we use them every time we go to the restroom. So I highly recommend them. I think they're great for teachers. They're wonderful because you can buy 5 and get 1 free, things like that. So you just want to use that. Okay. And our last winning number this round was 15. 15. Who has a premium diffuser? Anybody?
I do.
Now, it's exciting that someone has it because then I'd say, what did you love about it or why did you buy it? And let them talk about it. Or ask some other question like, does anybody have 2 shades for their diffuser? Because even if like on the next round, the diffuser came up again and was a winning number, you could say something different about it next time, or you could skip it. Like it was the product on the first one. Maybe we talked about all 5 products the first round. We play another round and we got maybe 2 of the same products. You could just skip those 2 and do the 3 new ones. Or you could go back to the premium diffuser and say, I just want to make sure y'all know you can get a second shade or you can decorate for the holidays. You can, change the color depending on your mood. You can talk about the lifetime warranty. There's so many things you can do. So you can say something different, or you can ask Sarita a question about like, which one did you get? If maybe she didn't say the first time. Okay. And then you go, okay. And I would write down who won. I'm like, oh, Ross Stein won. Congratulations. Awesome. Now I never say what they won. And I don't talk about the prizes. Why is that?
Against compliance.
Yeah, we can't talk about specific giveaways or prizes. You also can't have people pay in or have to order to play. That is against the rules. So the wording that you can use and stay in compliance is, you can either just say, we're going to play bingo. That implies there's a prize. People know there's winners and there's going to be a prize, but you don't say it. And then you say, I'll send all communications after the game, private message. Because one-on-one, I can say, hey, Rustine, you won round one, you're going to get blah, blah, blah. And maybe I offer him 10% off his order. Maybe I offer him free shipping if he's not local. Maybe I offer him a half price item when he books a party. It doesn't have to be something free I give him. It can be a perk. It could be a half price item, which you're going to have with your perpetual reward. But it could be a scent circle that you say, hey, do you have a favorite scent? I'm going to send a little prize in the mail. But you can communicate one-on-one and say all the specifics you want to. If you want to incentivize something, you can always use the like, hey, I'm going to have, every time you participate or ask a question, that's a good thing to do. I'm going to put a little mark down for your name. You have to be good at multitasking because it'd be like, oh, Sarita asked 10 questions. I got to have a little mark for her every time she participated. Or if you share your favorite product during our bingo tonight, I'm going to enter you into a drawing. You can say that. You just can't say for what. That would be communicated one-on-one. That makes sense, make you feel good about how you can do it without it being against compliance. Okay, all right, so then I'd say, okay, who's ready for round two? And we do round two. Does that make sense? Is that easy? It's not very hard. And the nice thing is, like, if there's a product that you aren't as familiar with because you're still new, you could be like, you know, I can't wait to get this, or this came in my starter kit. You can talk about your starter kit, or this is why I joined Scentsy, because you want to use a lot of opportunity to talk about the joining and the hosting. If you're seeing all the products that you want, let's host a party or host a scent event and you can get them for free and half price. You want to use a lot of those wordings during your presentation. Now, I would say at the very end, after you've played your rounds, if you didn't get to that 300 and free product, or you didn't get to like the Scentsy opportunity, which I think maybe one of these pictures is like the cruise, like somebody's on a cruise. If you didn't get to that, you say, hey, there's 2 more things I want to make sure we cover. And I would just talk about those. You could also say, okay, we're going to play 3 rounds of bingo. If it goes very quickly and you have a lot of time left on your hands, you could say, would anybody want to play a bonus round? And if they're like, yeah, you can say, okay, if you message me, sorry, my computer is doing something weird. If you message me right now that you will book a party, you are going to get something awesome for this next round of bingo. Now, some people will be like, or you could specifically say, I'm going to give you a free spot. You have 4 bingo numbers. You know, it's up to you how you choose to incentivize them. You could even say, maybe not make it about bingo and say, hey, before we play our last round, so maybe between round 2 and 3, anybody who's excited and wants to share Scentsy with people and get a bunch of free and half price, message me right now if you want to do a scent event, and I'm going to have something special for you. So that'd be like, ooh, I want something special. That something special I would suggest is a half price item when they book their party, like an extra half price item. So they have to actually have the party to get it. And then you use the perpetual party reward to give them that. Or you could be specific and say, I'm going to give you a mini warmer of your choice. Or if you talked these up like so big, you're going to give them one of these and then maybe a half price pod. So you get to pick, but just have kind of in mind, what do you want from this party? First of all, you want them to have fun and you want them to see that this is easy to do and that they could either do it as a consultant or they could do it as a hostess for sure. Like, this was so easy. 30 minutes, boom, we had fun, we laughed, that was easy. And you want to talk about it like, hey, Michelle, thanks for doing this. It was fun to get together with your friends. This was so easy. We were in our pajamas, you know, we've got our snacks. I sure would I can't wait to get you all the free and half price stuff. And another thing I like to do, no matter what kind of party you're doing, have your hostess talk about her wish list. That's really important. So before the party, you need to know what her wish list is, and you need to highlight a few of those items during the party. And she will have natural excitement because she can't wait to get her air purifier. And so she's going to talk about that over and over, and how we want to get that party where she can get that air purifier for half price, because that makes everyone else go, I want an air purifier for half price. And they get excited when they see her sharing. So those are some of my tips. You guys have any thoughts or questions or?
So when you say somebody will get something special if they book a party, you can say that. You just can't say
Yes, you can
you
say,
won.
the wording you probably should use if someone will message me that they want to book a party, I have a special offer. Because you can say, I have specials, contact me for my specials. So that would be where they tell you they're interested. And then in private message, you can lay it out. Like, I'm going to give you a half price item if you book with me today. That's probably the wording you would use.
Okay.
Or anyone who books with me. Because what I was really talking about originally was, so round 4, I'm going to say, okay, oh, good. Tyler's ready to do her own bingo party. She messaged me and we've got one planned. And I might even say, hey, do you want to do it next month? And she'd say, sure. And say, okay, great. We'll nail down the date as soon as this is over. So that then other people say, anybody else going to take advantage? Because I would love to tell you my booking special. That's what I'd say. And then I say, okay, and because Tyler booked her bingo night, here's what Tyler gets to do for our bonus round. She only has to get 4 of her numbers to get to bingo. And everybody's be like, oh man, because they're going to be sad that they didn't get their number. They didn't get that. So we should have booked with me. And you can say, hey, it's not too late to still get something. If you want to book, now that you know the deal, I'll let you, or you decide how you want to do it. Okay. But I think it'd be fair to probably stick with she got hers because she was the one who did it before she knew the deal. But you get to decide, just kind of have a clear thought. What am I going to offer for my prizes for my 3 rounds? If you're playing 3 rounds or 5 rounds, you want to keep that in mind. You don't want to go broke with prizes. That's why I suggest free shipping, a half price item. It could just be a free scent circle. It could be a cheaper item. It could be a colored bulb of your choice. Like, it could be all kinds of things. You're really in charge of that. Are we good? Is that pretty easy? Like, the bingo is not very intimidating this way. And you honestly could even make your own cards. You could make them bigger. You could print off real life pictures and make them fancy. And you could just say, they don't have to see this beforehand. You just need something to show a product. And then you just need to have a number. And that's really all it is. It's very simple. So they shouldn't be intimidating. They should be easy. If you're just not sure how to work Zoom, I'm always happy to help you with that. They do have free Zoom up to 40 minutes. At least they always have. I think they still do. Anyway, any other questions about parties? The main thing is ask for them. You're going to hear crickets. Ask for them. You're going to get some no's. Ask for them. You're going to get some not nows. Put those names down and say, okay, in a month, hey, I know last month wasn't good. How's next month? Like, you've got to go follow up, because it's harder for them to say no over and over and over. And some of them might, but most people will be like, put her off 2 months. Okay. All right. Yeah. Make it easy. Make it fit in their life. Remind them why doing a party is awesome.
I'm spontaneous. I'm the pop-up party queen.
I love
if
that.
you invite
Share.
me to stuff, like I just met a couple and they invited us to do a card. Now, I normally play spades. I'm a spades player, me and my
We need
husband.
to play. Okay. We need to play with you sometime.
But she invited me for a card game called Euchre. I'm like, what is that? I've never heard of it. She's from Michigan. She's like, oh, we play it all the time. So I was like, okay, I'm all for it. She knows I sell Scentsy. So I called her. I said, do you mind if I bring a few products and share? She was like, okay. So I always have my bag ready. And of course, I show up. We did the card game. And at the end, boom, here we go. Let me show you what I got. And of course, I got orders. Her mom and a few other people. It was really fun because it was a couple of couples there. So I'm always out and about. The salon.
She's always prepared. And that's why.
I go to the salon. I bring my Scentsy bag. I have pop-up parties everywhere. I'm an artist. I had a show just the other day in San Antonio. We went to a back to school event, and I always take my stuff with me everywhere. So I'm always sharing wherever I go. Just pop up, because a lot of people I know who just ask, you want to host a party, you can earn blah blah blah. They'll be like, no, maybe, and then you call later on to follow up, and they're like, oh, I got this and got that. I'm like, okay, I'm just pop up with all my stuff anyway.
That's right. It's like, hey, your face now, what you gonna do about it? I like it. That's good.
So yeah,
Always being prepared. I think that's fantastic. I love that. All right, well, that's basically what I had. I hope this makes it like easy. We've done a party just like this where we did a family scavenger hunt. That was really fun because it got everybody involved. It wasn't like time that somebody has to get away from their family and carve out. It was like, come on, kids, we're gonna do this. And they're like, why? But it was fun because then everybody gets into it and you say, okay, first people to find a pair of tennis shoes and they have to match. And then they go find tennis shoes, they bring it back and you're like, oh, you beat them. And it's super interactive and it works with Zoom. And then you say, okay, here are my favorite 2 things about tennis shoes. You know, they stink. So I love to spray Scentsy Fresh inside, and I like to store a scent pack inside, or I like to put a scent pack in the shoe basket, or, oh, our Scentsy Clean, it cleans the rubber off the dirty part of the rubber of the shoe, and you could show one. So you just have like one little touch point for each item that they find, and you're keeping points. It's competitive, it's easy, it's fun. You could say, okay, go find, a dirty bowl, and then you could talk about the dish soap. So it's very simple. Just make you a quick list of, hey, what would kind of correlate with each product, and then whatever. And we have so many products, you don't have to do them all. I think a lot of times I get a little overwhelmed with how many product offerings we have. So one thing when you're doing a party, either use your hostess's top 5 items that they want or they love, or your top 3 or 5 things, and just focus on those, and then maybe ask like, who has a favorite product, and keep it spontaneous and say, okay, well then go find this, and then we'll talk about that. So there's a million different things you can do. The main thing is you just got to do them, because parties are the way to get orders, but they're the way to get people to do more parties. They're the way to get people to join. With this join special, if we don't get people to join this month, it's a shame, because it's such a good special. With the party flip option, with the hostess exclusive kit, even if they don't do a party, if you have a party you've done and it qualifies, if it's a $200 party, then you can offer that hostess exclusive kit, help them get to 515 days. They get the $300 product kit for free. They get also the party rewards, and they get a $100 paycheck if they've hit 515 days. So just got to keep sharing it. You'll find the right person if you keep sharing it. And I think one of the thing is, it's very human to hear no and get crickets, and not to get anybody want to take you up on it, and start thinking, well, nobody's going to want to do it. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to join my team. Nobody wants to do it. The problem is, it's not true. You just haven't found the right people yet. And we stop sometimes because we don't like that feeling, and that's so normal. And we've got to tell ourselves, hey, it wasn't for them. Let's go find the next person. No means next opportunity. No sometimes means not right now. You just got to remember all the mantras, and you just got to keep sharing, because there are people who are excited about the business. There are people who would love to be gifted a $100 paycheck. That's huge. There are people who can't pay for stuff right now. People out of work, people who need something in their life, people who are lonely, people who just need a community. You got to find them. You got to find their reason, and you just got to share it, and you'll find them if you keep sharing it. It needs to be like your single focus every day. I will go share this business opportunity with everyone I can find. Forever and ever, my personal story is I tried to sell, and I was a good seller, but I wasn't a good opportunity blesser. I didn't share the opportunity. Like, I just didn't. And I got in a mindset of, I'm a good seller, I'm not a team builder. And that is where people who start off and they're just like, okay, here we go. I'm building people. Let's go find more people to come have fun with me. Let's find people that need this. They're the ones who just take off. And it's like anything in life. It's never too late to change that. So all of you are awesome team building machines. You're ready to go find people to share this blessing with, the fun of Scentsy. Think about what your life is without Scentsy, and think about, what do you love about it? It's not all about money. Some of it's about other things. It's about community and all the things I've said. So anyway, that's what I had for today. I'm so glad you guys were on. Thank you for your participation. And Ross Stein, you just might get a little something in the mail.
Thanks, Megan.
You guys are awesome. Keep up the
Thank
good
you.
work. Go get some parties booked.
All right.
And then post how many you've got by 10 o'clock tonight, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, have a good week, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Megan.
Yeah, have a
Bye.
good one. Adios.
Bye.